It's my pleasure to welcome you today to the groundbreaking for the Roberts Pavilion and to introduce our president, Hiram Chodosh.
Thank you, and good afternoon. Welcome to this momentous groundbreaking ceremony for the Roberts Pavilion. We are filled today with gratitude, awe of what precedes this moment, and excited anticipation for what lies ahead. To get here required vision, leadership, and a true team effort. Our whole community is indebted to the vision of President Gann, the leadership of Harry McMahon, our chair of the Board of Trustees, the talent and dedication of David McGrublian, who headed up the Building and Grounds Committee, and Ken Novak, who is the vice chair but also the project leader on this tremendous facility. We are indebted to the expertise and guidance of Mike Sutton, our athletic director, Frank Perry and his hardworking team, John Friedman, our creative architect, and we are also extremely grateful for the collaboration of my esteemed peers, President Maria Clave of Harvey Mudd, and President Lori Vedison Varga, who's here with us today, of Scripps. We are thankful also for the leadership of the college's senior team, Ernie Eisenminger, Matt Bibbins, Robin Aspinall, and so many others who've made this day possible. Let's give them a hand. Most of all, we owe our greatest thanks today to George and Linnea Roberts, whose incredible generosity, commitment, and example inspire us all today. Adding to the phenomenal Roberts Fellows Program and the dynamic Roberts Environmental Center, we are breaking ground today on a new era. Now, breaking ground churns the fertile soil of our past athletic accomplishments. The names ring in our ears: Burns, Pritzloff, Arce, Ducey, Axelrod, Zinda, Burton, Sutton, and so many others. And as we honor the Ducey legacy next week on February 19th and 20th at the men's and women's final basketball games here in our gym, well, probably not the final ones, right, Coach? We also celebrate our amazing and nationally ranked teams, from the pool to the courts to the golf course, and our inspiring student athletes who will be speaking here today. Building on these rich traditions, our new signature Roberts Pavilion joins the Kravis Center and the Athenaeum as a signature hub of community activity. The Roberts Pavilion will not just match the success of the best D3 athletic program west of the Mississippi, but also propel CMC as the destination for the country's most talented student athletes. Beyond our athletic programs, the fitness studio, the large arena will promote health, fitness, and recreation, as well as cultural events for our entire Claremont community. The Roberts Pavilion will help us advance and fuse the vision, teamwork, and scrappy competitiveness of our athletes with this generation's leadership capacities of creativity, collaboration, and courage. The Pavilion provides a community space where we can work and play hard, where we can learn together how to lose and how to win with grace, whether on the court or in the classroom, whether in work or in life, whether in family or in the broader community. And I can think of no greater exemplars for us of this ethos than George and Linnea Roberts. Now, I'm not sure whether any of you were watching golf on television this past weekend at the AT&T Pro-Am golf tournament, but there's a great clip of George on the 12th at Pebble Beach knocking a 200-yard shot within a foot and a half, a kick-in birdie.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, that was a kick-in birdie, George. And really for all of us, George and Linnea are winners through and through. In all they do, all they touch, and through all of their generous contributions to the world and to CMC. Before I turn it over to our athletic director, Mike Sutton, let's rise to express our congratulations and appreciation to the Roberts for making this dream come true.
Good afternoon. Is this a great day or what? I am Mike Sutton. I am CMC class of 76, the William B. R.C. Professor and George Roberts Fellow, proudly serving as your Director of Physical Education and Athletics. I'm so grateful to George and Linnea Roberts for making this celebration possible. Your incredibly generous support for this project will transform the CMC campus and the active lives of our student body through opportunities we'll be able to provide for our students, student athletes, and the entire campus community. The CMC gym, built in 1956, served 11 men's teams and physical education classes through the mid-70s. It was a building thoughtfully planned for the time and for the activities that could be envisioned. In 1974, the gymnasium was named in honor of coach and educator Ted Ducey, who for nearly 20 years served as the Stags basketball and tennis coach, as well as Dr. Bill Arcee's right hand in the physical education program. The Claremont, McKenna, Harvey Mudd, and Scripps College's physical education and athletic program have grown and thrived in the past 57 plus years, with Ducey Gym as its nerve center. The fact that the building has been continually adapted to accommodate the growth of the campus and participation in physical activities, the advent of coeducation, and our vibrant women's program, it's a great credit to the support of the college and the creativity and can-do mentality of the faculty, staff who coached and taught in the CMS program since the late 70s. From my vantage as a former student athlete, coach, and now the athletic director, I'm challenged by the evolution and expectations of the competitive athletic world, and I'm impressed by the continued growth in demand for activity space for fitness, physical education, and recreation. I expect the same is true for George Roberts, who preceded me at CMC and who as a Stag golfer helped set the table for students like me to be able to have an outstanding athletic experience with the expectation of competing intensely while integrating the lessons learned through our athletic experiences into the overall educational experience of CMC, Harvey Mudd, and Scripps Colleges. We are fortunate to have a climate that allows for much outdoor activity, because providing indoor opportunities has been a challenge. Thankfully, our students have also had indoor opportunities at Scripps and Harvey Mudd colleges in the CMS program as they support the interests of CMC students as well as their own. I'm thankful to our partners. We need each other to try to meet these demands, but still we fall short. So over the years, CMC has developed facilities to serve the physical education athletic program that also support organized and spontaneous recreational sport and fitness activities. Competitive venues such as RC Field for baseball are timeless in their quality. More recently, we have developed outdoor facilities to meet that standard and provide outstanding venues for training and competition to feature our programs and colleges in the best possible light and to be an enjoyable place to watch our teams compete. The development of Roberts Pavilion will now allow us to provide state-of-the-art indoor spaces for varsity basketball and volleyball training and competition, for our campus events and the myriad activities we presently support, and those still to be envisioned. The ability to bring the entire CMC community together in the Roberts Pavilion will be a fantastic enhancement for our campus. The competitors and spectators at our home athletic contests will be treated to a quality experience, the quality experience we expect from every aspect of our CMC offerings, from fitness and recreation to physical education to NCAA competition. The CMC community will have access to the finest facility on any campus we would want to be compared with. For our coaches and staff who will benefit from the outstanding new hub of operation and home for our teams, I say thank you for bringing this dream to life. It's been so long in our minds, the fact that the project is on is hard to believe. When we put our can-do mentality into a facility that provides the opportunities of Roberts Pavilion, watch out, we will do even greater things. In closing, this is a day for being grateful, and I am. I want to thank Dorothy Buchanan and her staff for planning and executing this celebration. Will you continue to work magic for us, Dot? Thank you. I also thank my department colleagues who have for many years been thinking about what would be great, what will work, and what the future may hold as we try to develop the best athletic facilities for near and long term. The planning and visioning we have done for the Roberts Pavilion connects us in a special way with the early trustees and founders of Claremont Harvey Mudd program. Thanks to my many colleagues on the CMC campus who have contributed their expertise. Ira mentioned them: Robin Aspinall, Matt Bivens, Frank Perry, Brian Worley, and many others, and to Ernie Eiseminger and his team for supporting the funding of a facility that many feared would be a bridge too far. A great thanks to our friends from John Friedman, Alice Kim Architects. This has been a lengthy adventure and educational process. From your selection as our architects through the location of hydration stations, this has been, you have provided a design that is functional, beautiful, inspiring, and I cannot wait to see the payoff. I thank the Board of Trustees, including Dave McGruby and Ken Novak, Harry McMahon, Gary Bazance. Thank you for the encouragement for the development of the Roberts Pavilion as a critical need, and for your leadership and support throughout our design and development. And I thank President Emeritus Pamela Gann and President Hiram Shodash for their leadership in actualizing this long-desired project. Pamela provided steadfast support and tenacious effort through her entire tenure and the 3 iterations of what will become the Roberts Pavilion. And now, President Shodash takes the reins to see it through so that we meet our expressed goals and vision. Finally, I don't have the opportunity to speak to you all today if it weren't for George and Linnea Roberts and their belief in the value of this dream for the CMC community and CMS physical education and athletics. Your support and philanthropy for CMC are a great blessing to our college. I say again how grateful I am as I speak for my department colleagues, our student athletes, and the campus community, who will all benefit from the opportunities the Roberts Pavilion will provide. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce to you 3 CMCers representing important student constituencies. That's Kristen Brackman, Remy Pinson, and Gabrielle Salerno. Chris is a first year on the Athena basketball team. She will have the opportunity to play in Roberts Pavilion her senior year. Remy and Gabby are both graduating seniors. Gabrielle is a leader in our recreation program. Remy is a leader on our SAGS basketball team and the RA of Green Hall. Please welcome Remy, Chris, Gabby.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, the lovely guys that are dressed in the uniforms back there, that's my team. So I've had the pleasure of calling Ducey Gymnasium home now for close to 4 years. And to be brutally honest, there are far too many memories to recount in the time that I've been given to speak here. I will say that they range from winning a conference championship in the gym and cutting down a net to standing in the gym on a Monday night and looking at the hardwood and counting the beads of sweat that drop from my nose. Both are equally, if differently, valuable to me. But the story I want to tell today took place 2 years ago. It took place when I came back from our notoriously short winter break that usually consists of 6 to 8 days. And as soon as I stepped in the gym, I noticed that there was something different, immediately, instantly. And I looked up and sure enough, there were different lights. There were new lights. There were brighter lights. The new lights were subtle and the renovation was nice, but my eyes soon adjusted. The lights weren't a glaring, foundational change. They were a quiet enhancement. The significance of the moment was rather how quickly I noticed that there was a change. Because I think that most people notice subtleties in the things that they're incredibly fond of. Now, as you may have guessed, I am and forever will be extraordinarily fond of the building that you see behind me. In fact, 57 years worth of student athletes are extraordinarily fond of this building that you see behind me, and 57 years worth of student athletes have memories here that they'll cherish forever. But today we look forward. Today we break ground. When the building at my rear is no longer, a building of great grace and magnificence will take its place. Today we break ground. In preparing to say goodbye to our beloved Ducey Gymnasium, let us rejoice in knowing the future generations of students will, as we did with Ducey, get to marvel at the subtleties of its successor, Roberts Pavilion. That students for the next 57 years and beyond will be given the chance to create memories in Roberts Pavilion that they will cherish forever. Today, as we look forward, let us be grateful for and proud of Ducey Gymnasium and everything that it stood for. But let us also be terrifically excited that in its stead will be built Roberts Pavilion, a worthy successor indeed. Thank you.
So I have not been as fortunate enough to have many memories in Ducey Gymnasium, but I'm very excited to say that after my senior year, I will have had the opportunity to make memories in both Ducey and Roberts Pavilion. My class is slated to be the first to use the new facility. And though I will only be able to play in this wonderful new facility for a year, I'm very fortunate to get even that. I'm confident that the future successes of CMS athletics will continue to increase thanks to the home we are breaking ground on today. Roberts Pavilion is an excellent opportunity to enhance the face of our athletics programs. I know it will provide the motivation for students to become better athletes, and it will inspire prospective students to join our teams and choose us over our competitors. Put yourself in the shoes of a college athlete at a small liberal arts school like us, and just imagine the adrenaline you'll feel playing in front of a large crowd in a big gym built to the standards of a big state school. 2 years from now, the anticipation will be over, and my class and I will be one of the first to experience the dream. But first, we will play with pride these last few weeks of the season as the last Stags and Athenas to ever make memories in Ducey Gymnasium, where the history and legacy began. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Gabrielle Salerno, and I am a senior at Claremont McKenna College. My story may be a little different than my athletic counterparts, Rainey and Chris. Since the age of 5, I've had a bat in one hand and a glove on the other. I played competitive softball for 14 years and continued to play for the CMS Athenas softball team when I arrived here at CMC. Unfortunately, due to an injury early in my first season, I had to stop playing the sport that I lived and breathed every day. Heartbroken and searching for competition and activities that could cater to me, I found CMS Recreation. I started playing intramural sports and working out in the fitness center. In doing so, I quickly realized that the gym we currently know is not only a place for varsity athletes, but for all students who enjoy sports, activities, or exercising. I knew this was a place where I could work, remain healthy, and continue to be active outside of the classroom. Our campus recreation program is geared toward fitness, health, and wellness. We care about the entire body of the student, not just the mind. It is teaching and learning. It's a teaching and learning environment where all students receive feedback about their well-being and where student employees work together to gain self-confidence in their leadership. If you look around at the Claremont colleges, you will see a lot of fit and healthy people who enjoy sports or other activities, who take advantage of the great resources we have at Claremont. According to national studies, the quality of recreational facilities is important to any prospective student or athlete interested in sport and exercise. Students who partake in recreational activities outside of the classroom are also more likely to succeed during and after their academic career. Roberts Pavilion is a testament that Claremont McKenna College is committed to improving the overall health and wellness of all of its students, and not just its great athletes. This improved campus wellness will ultimately aid our students, our faculty, and our staff to be successful in all that we do. On behalf of the campus recreation program here at CMS, its 80 student employees, and its countless participants. I would like to thank the architects John Friedman and Alex Kim, and the trustees Mr. Ken Novak and Mr. David McGrublian for organizing this project, and especially Mr. George Roberts for giving this magnificent creation to the students and the campus community. We appreciate your dedication to our healthy success. Thank you.
Hello, I'm John Friedman, principal of John Friedman Alice Kim Architects, who have had the great honor of designing this project for George and Linnea Roberts. Thank you all for having me here to speak for our very talented and hardworking staff, especially I see over here our tiresome project architect, Claudia Kessner. It's just a tremendous feeling to be here, sharing this moment with the Roberts and the dedicated team from the college that we've been working with for the past 5.5 years. Frank Perry, of course, and Brian Worley, Matt Bivens and Robin Aspinall, Mike Sutton and his coaches, Mary Spellman and Adam Pruitt, trustees Ken Novak and David McGrublian, and of course, President Chodash. I wish President Gann were here as well to thank her as well. So here we are to finally break the ground and begin the construction process whereby all the careful planning, creativity, and coordination to create a Roberts Pavilion that is functional, beautiful, and inspiring, the same words I just heard a second ago from Mike, but even sublime, finally becomes reality. And this, of course, has also involved a team of dedicated, world-class consultants and engineers. Burl Happel for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing design, SGH for structural engineering, Somas for civil, KGM for lighting, Matson Walter for landscape. Not to mention the hard work that the general contractor PCL has already put into the project. Now, I've had many great experiences over the past few years here, but one of the most valuable lessons I've learned is what it means to truly love one's alma mater. For the deep commitment and passion for Claremont McKenna College, exhibited by Ken, David, and Matt, and Mike, and Josh, and of course Mr. Roberts, has been positively infectious. So every step of the way, we've endeavored to manifest that love in the design of the structure. Of course, this has meant incorporating the Roberts priorities, that the facility be flexible for present and future uses, that it integrate the latest technologies and sustainable strategies, and that it be a welcoming place for the entire CMC community. Equal parts recreational fitness facility, athletics arena, and event center, a pavilion in the true sense of the word. A world-class educational and research institution like Claremont McKenna College deserves an equally excellent facility where the body can be energized and the brain recharged. So replacing Ducey Gym, which has served the college well, but is now in desperate need of renewal, will be a state-of-the-art 132,000 square foot facility that is 2.5 times larger than the current building. Instead of the parking lot and the vehicular Mills Avenue behind us, there will be a welcoming new campus entry on 6th Street, a pedestrian-oriented mall, not unlike the North Mall, and a generous outdoor plaza. Just inside the pavilion's main entry, about right over here where we're sitting, will be a double-height lobby, perfect for social gatherings and celebrations of all kinds. Probably the most used spaces in the new facility will be an 8,000 square foot fitness center, which is 4 times the size of what the college has now. As well as a recreation court that is almost as big as the existing Ducey court, and 2 fitness studios for all kinds of activities. These will be augmented by a new weight room, locker rooms for all types of team and recreational uses, and at the heart of the structure, a multi-purpose arena with space for 2,000 people. At every moment, we've endeavored to make these dynamic and naturally lit spaces serve the students in many more ways than being just a place to exercise, practice with one's team, watch a game, or hear a speaker. For the term architecture actually means to transcend mere building. So if we've done our job correctly, and I think that we have, the Roberts Pavilion will be a place where lifetime friendships are created, where the body and mind are simultaneously tested and fused, and where social interactions of all kinds will flourish. So let me say again what an honor it has been to be involved with the Roberts Pavilion project, how much we're looking forward to assisting PCL and the college during the construction process, and how eagerly we anticipate returning here in a little less than 2 years to celebrate the final result and watch the students and the entire CMC community enjoy its open doors. Thank you.
Thank you, John. My name's Harry McMahon. I chair the Board of Trustees here at CMC. I'm just sitting there looking at this box, reflecting on the fact that it was just a few years ago, 4, maybe 5 at the most, where this box was over there on the other end of campus. And imagine how transformational that project has been for us around here. It is just incredible to think that this is yet again going to lead to another extraordinarily transformational project here. So you can go back to our founders in this marvelous place to reflect on the importance of the scholar athlete. It was, if you will, in our charter. And it acquitted us well over the years. In fact, if you go on our website today and look at that feature that talks about alumni and their contribution in society today, we're rotating folks time and again through there. But it's really incredible if you see the extent to which our talented alumni have contributed to productive endeavor in this world of ours. And most of them, actually, if you look at that, happen to have been athletes. The scholar-athlete model, indeed, is one of the underpinnings of this place. This exciting project is going to be an extension of the leadership mission here at CMC. Now, part of our challenge around here is that we end up always trying to be the best at everything. So a few years ago, we decided that, the scholar-athlete model works pretty well. We need to take that to another level. We need to be not just a beacon for scholar athletes, we need to be the brightest beacon for scholar athletes. And so we embarked on a program that was rather complex. It was multidimensional. It involved faculty, it involved trustees, it involved admissions, it involved administration, it involved many of the people standing around here and sitting here today. And that has been extraordinarily successful. We are ideally positioned now as a college, as part of our strategic mission, to take advantage of another transformational facility. And thanks to the inspiration of many of our trustees, we got together a few years ago to really try to drive and set a mission, or set a vision for this missing piece in the puzzle of being the brightest beacon for scholar athletes. And I remember Gary the Buzzer Bazance got his nickname for that last shot at the buzzer right here in this gym. Waving a check up in one of our trustee meetings saying, I don't know what everybody's hung up on here. We just need to get started. I'm in. And that inspiration led to the first step in the transformational facility in the scholar-athlete model, which is our Bazance Tennis Center, which, as you all have seen, has led to not just matriculating the best tennis players, but indeed attracting the best tennis players to this place. So we fully expect that this facility will have a similar impact. And thank you, Gary, for that inspiration. Then we had Bob Nakasone stand up a couple of years ago, again with his checkbook saying, I don't know why we're wasting time, let's get going with this. And he was one of our great scholar athletes in soccer. But we were stuck because, again, we're hung up on being the best. And to be the best, and talking about the best possible facility in the United States for athletics, it's a big project. And it required the vision and commitment and generosity of an extraordinary catalyst, an extraordinary leader, and that is indeed our next speaker. George really completely made this happen, and we can't thank him enough for this, and he and Linnea, with their continued commitment to the design and completion of this in the best possible way. I mean, when we sit down and talk about the project, they care about making sure that this is the best. And it's going to be the most efficient, and we're going to be able to leverage it to the full. So I think we've been able to achieve that so far, and I'm just going to introduce George with one last comment. That is, a guy called Warren Bennis. I don't know if Ron Riggio's here, but he introduced me to Warren Bennis years ago as one of the most accomplished authors in leadership. Warren Bennis said that leadership is the capacity to translate vision to reality. Okay. Leadership's the capacity to translate vision to reality. That, ladies and gentlemen, is George Roberts.
Well, thank you all for the kind words. Linnea and I are delighted to be able to do this. I thought I would just speak for a moment about, what my motivation and Linnea's motivation has been to do this. First, let me fast forward a little bit, and I'll talk about the education I got here later. But I've been able to follow Claremont through 4 presidents and watch a school that had very little accomplish what they have today. I don't know any other leadership, both from trustees and presidents and managements of an educational institution, that have taken what they had, which was basically the GI Bill, and build what you have here today. And those of you in the audience who are students should really appreciate what you have and the value of the education you're getting here today. I see so many students from, quote, all the elite schools around the country. Some of them work with us. I lecture in some of the classrooms that they're in, and believe me, you all can compete with them heads up on anything that you do. And that's a wonderful thing, and a wonderful thing to be able to have the opportunity that you have today to do that. So I've sort of lived my investment life with one pretty simple philosophy, and that is you back people that deliver. It's not much more complicated than that. The people that invest with us, Fritz, do the same thing. They expect results. And when I look at the history of what the school has been able to do, this was a no-brainer in my mind, that the investment that Linnea and me and my family were going to make back into Claremont was going to be well spent. And then I had a chance to talk to Ken. I've known him for some time. He's sworn to me that this is going to come in within budget and within 18 months.
That's this gentleman right there.
And, his word is golden in my mind. And I know this will be managed in the same professional way that everything else in the school has been managed and built. Now, change is inevitable in the world. We all see it, read it in the newspapers, you see it, you hear it, you feel it. The younger people here are sort of the arbiters of change. We'll make a lot of additional change in the world. And you're either doing one of two things. You're either standing still or you're going forward. And when I look at the potential that this has, we're really going forward. And this will be a place where, not only for athletics and physical fitness, but health and wellness, and also a meeting place where we can now have over 2,000 people, as opposed to going hand in hand to Pomona to ask them, loan us a facility. So this is going to be really exciting, and I hope that over time this will become a hub for student life and activity around this, and we're very, very excited about that. Now, from a personal standpoint, one of the best things that ever happened in my life is I got rejected by a school in the East that started with a Y. And I got accepted at Claremont. And when I think about the education I got here, not just about what I learned out of books or the professors that I had, which were all quite good, but just the liberal arts education that I got that's enabled me to enjoy my life to the fullest that I've been able to do and be able to take in all sorts of things, meet people from all over the world, actually have an intelligent conversation with them. Really stems from what the education that I got here that I've tried to build on in my lifetime. So thank you, Claremont, and good luck.
George, I think we're all committed, every single one of us here, to carrying that legacy forward, such that 68 years from now, people will look back at this day and say to themselves, look at what that school, that little school, was able to achieve over that period. So again, thank you for your inspiration, and thank you all. Let's relax for our reception. We're going to take some groundbreaking photos in our little box, and I'm sure this is going to be very integral to the construction today. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, and again, congratulations to you all. Thank you very much.